Hey guys, last video we saw me playing quite poorly and fearfully against Crazy Stone 1Q. Next we're looking, and this is all based on my lesson with a pro, me asking him questions. So now we'll look at my level up game, Crazy Stone 1 done, and what the pro had to say about that. Yes, I'm white. Playing away's fine, responding's fine. Okay, contact. Regular Joseki to here. Where should black play? He's got two groups. Neither one's stable. Which one needs more help? The B group's got the cut. So let me get on the right button here. Black settles. White takes the corner. Black settles. Something like this. But settling in this fashion, at least settle this way. Something. This is a bit bad. But anyway, we're looking at the white stones. So I presented him with this move as what I thought was the only move. Of course, white has to play here. That's my premise. He says, well, it's certainly a good move. I mean, you're defending the A group. You're taking a big corner. You're bothering the B group. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'd play it, he says. But no, you can play away. Now, let's look at why he thought it was fine to play away. Now, I'm just going to throw a stone anywhere so we don't have to think about it. He comes in. And let's have him fix his group. Okay, we have the J group, which is dead. Boom, boom, boom. If I say, oh, I'll just capture, black drops down. Atari. Capture, only one eye on this group. So the J group by itself is dead, but white has this in Sente. And now the J group is alive. If we follow the same pattern, we can get two eyes now. So the J group with the Hane is alive. J group by itself is dead. So he looks at this position and he says, oh, I don't mind this. I'm either alive, I can just live, or one eye and running. I'm fine. Now, of course, as a pro, he can see that all from here. So when he sees my question, he says, oh, yeah, I'd play there too, but you don't need to. Yeah, you can, worst case scenario, you're one eye and running. I mean, you can live, whatever. So that's good to me to get an open mind. It's not necessary when I'm thinking it's obviously the only move. No, good move, but you can play away if you want. Okay. His only move now would be to get out. He doesn't get out. He asks to be surrounded. That's very bad. Here, I'm thinking, let's just, stabilize my three stones as I attack the next group. Now, this is an example of I have two wonderful paths in front of me. Both win the game. But that B was talking to him about white getting out. Let's put a C down there. Well, we don't put it down till here. Okay, A. Says A's pretty much the only move. Black had no right to be playing such an ugly, small, not alive group. So you got to, punish it. Don't let it out. And I was playing very, you heard me use this term in other videos, very in general. Oh, then I'll attack here, whatever. No, you're in the middle of something that is completely in your favor. Do the check raise, get in there, go all in, make him, press it. This is the only move that makes sense, right? Black's in serious trouble. So if he starts, for instance, living, let's have Black live. Holy cow, he's made so many bad exchanges. Ends up with a small little territory of White's getting everything else in Sente. This brings me to a little side issue. You hear a lot of strong players toss around this term, a bad exchange. Oh, that's a good exchange for me. That's a bad exchange for Black. I've seen the moves, and well, what do you mean by that? So I asked the pro. I couldn't get an answer. We somehow didn't communicate. It's like we weren't communicating on it. And then it came up later here. I'm like, is that an example of a bad exchange? And it really helped me understand. Okay, so check out the B stone, Black B. What's it doing? Didn't secure a point, didn't secure an eye, didn't particularly get out. It's doing near nothing. What's the A stone doing? The A stone reached out into the wide open spaces, moved into the center, attacked Black. So White A is a great move. Black B is near zero. If it worked, Black would prefer to simply get out. Now there's an equal exchange. White reached out, Black reached out. Oh, but we can't do it in this case. Black's too weak. He's going to have to struggle to survive. So we have a bad exchange. Now, if we continue this, so this Black, White, Black, White. White's getting the outside, hurting the Q3 stone. Black is trying to survive, hopefully gaining 1 point. Black's trying to find life while White gets Sente to go do. Those are bad exchanges for Black, but he's forced into bad exchanges. So I don't know if that's useful to you, but I hear that term so often, and I never knew how to take advantage of that in my play because I didn't understand what it meant. But now it's like, oh, you mean bad exchanges? I mean, it's so stupid to say, but I'm just repeating the old words. But now you mean those kind of, oh, that's obvious. Oh, so if I'm making him do that, that's a positive for me. I always thought about it as, oh, if that happens to have come across, we notice that it was true, but that's not very useful. But to know it's true and force him into it, oh, make him do the bad exchange. I've never considered it that way. So I hope that came across because it's new enough to me that it's hard. Okay, Black gets out, I defend. Black comes out, I play her. Okay, one more. Black, White. What do we see here? Let's look at the two A stones. They look pretty nice. They're home, they're not in trouble, very solid. We look at the 2 or 3 B stones for White. Very solid, no cuts, very out. Now let's look at the Black C stones. Cuts and behind enemy lines as a whole. Well, this is something to notice. If you notice it, then you get to see things like this. There's a hole there. Oh, well, that's nice. Connects either way. As you play, look around. It's so boring. I can't wait for him to put a stone down. I'm just waiting here. My fingers are in the bowl. You ever have your nowadays people don't know actual physical go bowls, but they're beautiful little bowls made out of wood, usually, full of these great stones that are just fun to touch, the cool to the fingers. And you stick your hand in there and you wiggle around this, and it creates this sound that tends to be annoying to the other opponent. And the whole thing is you're waiting to put a stone down, which is what you don't want to do. Don't put a stone down. Get your fingers out of the bowl, get your finger off the clicker, put it in your lap, and look at the board. Well, what do you look at? Well, see the holes there. What could you do about the holes? So the process. Okay, black's move. Black comes here. All of a sudden, the hole is a little harder because the two mark stones, well, now he can hane. What if white's move? We come down, totally strengthening those stones and threatening to take the down to no eyes for the black group on the left. And let's just have black get out. Then this works. He doesn't have a counterplay anymore. So the move from here, the pro is saying, I'd like to take advantage of it now. Probably A. But also, you could play here. What's black going to do? Probably this move. Then you jump all the way down. He can't cut you. And you just let this be what it's going to be. This is, this is possible. But you could tell by his tone, he's like, it also has enough negative attached that it's not my favorite. That's when he says, of course, you can play here first, which solves that problem on the bottom and attacks the other group. Okay. I like the way you could see him thinking, oh, but if you do this, then that happens. Oh, there's a good move. I like following the train of thought. I hunted over and over. He's saying, now's the time. Now's the time. Play this move. Now's the time. It's like almost at any point, because you jump out, he gets out, you jump out. Holy cow. These are the bad exchanges thing. A and B running out into the wide open fields. C and D, little tiny moves, still not out. Good exchanges for white. I just went straight forward. Went for some life. Now, as I'm playing, this is a bot, one Don bot. My ego's still involved, stupid computer, only one Don. And it produces laziness. So he plays here, and I'm like, I'll just live. I'm just alive. I didn't bother looking. I didn't bother checking. It's just, on my part, there's the impatience, there's the ego, and it's like, turns out, well, it's not alive. So it's just not a good way to play. I mean, it's a funny shape. So if, for instance, black plays here, and white says, yeah, I'm alive, though. Do you want that eye? Of course I want that eye. Atari. It's like, okay, well, then I'll stop that. Well, then Atari is just one eye. It's like, I was so lazy in this game. Okay, so we're here. And black plays the Atari. Okay. Bad move on black's part, but it's a computer just playing. That's not a problem. But now we have the question, how should I see the A group? Well, I'm saying, let me just play away so we don't have to think about it. Black attacks, I can ignore again. Well, why? Because I've always got this as a backup, right? Toll for absolute life. He says, no, you can't live. Well, I'll just start running out. Oh, I better stop you. Well, then I just absolute life. Oh, I have to make a cold threat someplace. Sure, I'll respond. Oh, I took you back. I'll just run out. No, you can't run out. Well, I'll just take. So I'm seeing it as an easy group because I have a Poe as backup. His response, well, there's obviously truth in that. But when the time comes, I mean, what are you going to do? Start the call right now? If now I played here thinking I'll just support my group a little bit. It was hard for him to attack me in the first place. Now it's even harder. And he says, yeah, I see your point, but which group are you going to take care of? So it's like, wow. Says, so if you want, you can just play here. That's fine. You don't need to. But here's the straightforward move. I mean, this takes care of your group. He said he would play this way. Black plays whatever, and then perhaps continue. Then it's a little more efficient. But anyway, that the insight about the A group, treating it as, oh, I don't need to take care of it because I have a backup co. You mean you're going to bring it to the point of death in co? So it didn't quite make sense on my part. Okay. Moving forward, white, black, settle the group. Just getting it so black doesn't want to play on the right there. And I come up. And again, C is when, if for stabilizing locally, A is for stabilizing as we grow. Okay. So once I got to this point in the lesson, that was 1 hour used up, and I had something else I wanted to do with them. So we stopped the game here. But this is a bit of a short video. So I'm going to bring up the question I asked him just before this, which is a very short question, but it kind of fills in the video. So that's it for One Dawn, Crazy Stone. Now, let me bring up this one. And I have to reshare. I figured this out the other day. Why didn't that go away? Okay, just checked it the other day, and I'm supposed to be able to transfer to another screen. At the moment, it's not working. So we'll call it quits on this video, Crazy Stone One Done. Okay, thanks. See you later. Bye.